Hi, folks. Today we have a special treat, or I think is a bit of a special treat. We have the Professional Women's Hockey League on the table. I've got Game 5 coming up between Boston and Minnesota. I've already started. I made these cards for my granddaughter. My granddaughter plays AAA hockey in Chilliwack, and she's a huge fan. We watched the draft together, and wanted to watch this game with her together, but she had a game herself in a tournament. So at the end of the first period, we have Boston and Minnesota. In real life, Minnesota won the game. They kind of It was a very even first period, and Minnesota came on and sort of dominated Boston and picked up the win. In this game right now, Boston opened up the scoring. Hillary Knight scored 54 seconds in from Mueller and Keller. And at 16-15, Taylor Heisey, who is one heck of a hockey player, super impressed with her. Even Hillary Knight, just a real powerful right winger for Boston. Jacques and Zumwinkle picked up the assists. So we're going to jump right into the second period, and we're going to play it out, and we're just going to see how it's going to finish. So from the face-off, we have a 9. So 9 means home wins the face-off. They get an immediate play. So Boston is going to get a shot on net. So we'll give it to Boston. And it is a 7, so we're going to have to go to the secondary chart to see who's going to score. And a 9 is a 5-1-4. So it's going to be 5-1-4. So Keller's going to get the shot. And we have 1 star, nothing here. They have to have momentum to get that star, nothing there. So a 1-star shot by Megan Keller. And we have a 6, so it's not going to be in range. So the puck is going to go over to Minnesota. And we're going to move on to the second line. Now, I usually play with Travis Janssen trays, as you can see here. But because these are homemade cards, they come out a little bit oversized. Minnesota has the puck. The second line is out, and we are going to get a lull. So we're going to have a face-off at Sen Rice. These guys finished with the exact same record in the Professional Women's League. We have another lull, so we're going to check off 3 L's. And on the spreadsheet, you just mark your L's. Boston had the first shot. I mark down a shot, and if it's in range, I give it a little circle, so I sort of count that as scoring chances. I have these things in the end because when the dice get stuck against the end, I can't see them. From the face-off, it's an 8. So an 8 means home is going to pick up the puck. So Boston has the puck. This game was played in Boston. Possible fight. There is no fight in women's hockey, so we're going to have to put down no fight. And it was rough. I was impressed with how rough the ladies play. It was a super entertaining hockey game. If you've never seen the Professional Women's Hockey League, they're extremely good players, probably junior A quality in Canada. I was very impressed. They were super good. Taylor Heisey, to me, was probably the best player on the ice. She was fantastic. From the face-off, number 12. High face-off wins it. We get an unusual result. And the unusual result is a 7, which means an unusual penalty. So we're going to get our first penalty of the hockey game. And we have a 16, so we go to 16, unusual penalty. Penalty on D6. So, who won the face-off? It would have went to the high face-off person. We have a 50 against a 50. When it's tied, it goes to the home team or the team with momentum. So the penalty is going to be on 16. It's going to be on D6. So it's going to be on the goalie for Minnesota. And delay a game. She put the puck over the glass. So we're going to get our first penalty. Hensley puts it over the glass. So 2 minutes to Minnesota, and Boston is going to be going on the power play. We're going to use a line skip probably for both teams to get back up. Now somebody here is going to have to serve the penalty. We'll have Sophia Kunin going in to serve the penalty. And we're going to have maybe Kendall Coyne Schofield will not be, they will be the person trying to kill it. So Boston's got their number 1 unit out on the power play. Here we go from the face-off. Number 8, man advantage team picks it up. Do they have a face-off star? They do not have a face-off star, so they have to go to a play. Number 8 is going to be an ice blast. We're looking for hits. And we have 1 here and 2 for Boston. So Boston will get a shot. They also have momentum. So here comes the shot from Boston. It is an 8, so it's going to be a 2-1-3. It's going to be Mueller passing over to Knight, over to Susanna Tapani with the shot. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be a 5-star shot. These stars that are white will become colored because they have momentum. So a 5-star shot for Susanna Tapani. It is in range. So if it is in range, I will put a little marker on it so I know it's a scoring chance. And number 3, Nicole Hensley will stop it. The rebound, number 4, power play 3 is going to get the rebound. So the rebound is going to go to Susanna Tapani. So that will be a 2-star shot, 1 plus the rebound. And it is going to be a save. We got to rotate the lines. Michaela Sava will stay out. And you want to keep this big gun line out for Boston. I think they will. They're going to double shift. And I think I'll double shift these guys too. So both teams are going to double shift. And here comes Boston. They got the big line out. It's going to be a shot for Boston. So shot number 4 this period for Boston. They don't have a nickname. I was thinking earlier, maybe the Minnesota Eagles and Boston Revolution, but that's just my names. We'll see what names they come up with. Here comes the shot for Boston. Number 8 is going to be a 2-1-3. So 2-1-3. Again, it's Tapney from Mueller and Knight. It's going to be a 1-4 5-star shot. And it is in range. It is going to be a 7, though, so spectacular save chance. Henley has 2 stars on the spectacular save. A 6 is looking for 3 or better. Hensley does not have it. It is going to be a goal for Boston. The second of the game, it will be a power play marker. Susanna Tapani will put it in for Boston to give them the lead. Time of the goal is at 10:33 from Hillary Knight and Elena Mueller, and Boston leads this one 2-1 with a power play goal. Gonna have to rotate it. And here comes the face-off. So out of the penalty box comes Sophia Kunin after the over-the-glass penalty. On the face-off number 8, it's going to go to the home team. They'll bring it out. It's a 6. So we're looking at player number 2 and player number 4. And the quality we're looking for is 3 is power. Jamie Lee Rattray has it, so it's going to be a shot for Boston, their 5th shot this period. And we're looking for a 7, so we're going to go to the secondary chart, and it's a 6, a 5-3-4. So Morin is going to pass to Hannah Brandt. Emily Brown with the shot. We got 1 star, but scissors, so it's not going to be any stars. And a 3, do they have 1 square? They will pick it up. So the rebound goes over to Minnesota, and Minnesota brings it right back. Clear this up. We have a 7, so it's going to be a lull, and Boston will lose their momentum. From the face-off at center ice, we've got a 6. It's going to go over to the visitor. Minnesota picks it up. We have a 9 looking for momentum. We have 1 hit is all, and 2 hits for Boston. So Boston will pick up momentum. They're doing much better in this game than they did in the actual real-life game. Here comes Boston. We got a 5. We got another possible penalty coming up. And we have an 8. So an 8 is going to be an offensive 1 penalty. So 0-1 is going to be Teresa Schatzal. She is a 0, so be a 1 against a 5. And 5 is Maggie Flaherty. Flaherty is a 0.1. So what you do is you compare the penalty ratings. Whoever is higher is getting the penalty. So again, a penalty here to Minnesota. Flaherty is getting the penalty and the second power play of the hockey game. Now, Boston and Minnesota are both going to use their line skips. Schofield will not come out to kill the penalty, and we're going back on the power play for Minnesota. From the face-off number 5, shorthanded team's going to pick it up. So the puck is going to go over to Minnesota. They've got it, number 7. It's going to be a power play shot. So again, another shot for Boston. It is going to be a 7, so it's going to the secondary shot. And a 6 is going to be a 5-3-4. So DeGirolamo is going to take it. And she's going to pass it to 3, which is Tapani. Megan Keller is going to take the shot. So we have 1, 2, 3, a 3-star shot for Boston. Not in range. It is an 11, so it is going to be a breakaway the other way for Minnesota with their top line out there. Let's see if Minnesota can put it in. They got Zumwinkle and Heisey and Jacques out there. We get a 6, which is going to be a 3-2-1. So a 3-2-1. Schofield can't shoot, so it's going to be Zumwinkle taking the shot. And it's going to be 3. It's a 4-star shot for Minnesota. Now, if they score, the rule they have in this league, if you score while you're shorthanded, the person automatically comes out of the penalty box. So let's see if they can pull this off. It's a 5, so it's not in range, and the rebound will go over to the power play team, and we got to change the lines. It's a cool rule. I actually like that rule. If you score shorthanded, the player comes out of the penalty box, so it encourages you to try and go for those shorthanded goals and not ice it all the time. So Minnesota loses, Boston loses momentum because they didn't score, and here we come. We have a 6. Player number 2, player number 4, we're looking for the hit symbol. Nobody has it, so it is going to be a Boston turnover. Puck is going over the other side. Here comes Minnesota back out. We have an 11. Do they have 2 squares on defense? They don't. Minnesota's going to get a shot. Their second of the period. And it is an 8, a 2-1-3, or their second chance of the period. 2-1-3. So we've got double scissors here. So it's not going to be a scoring chance. And we have a 4. Do they have 1 block? They do. They're going to pick up the rebound. That is the end of the period, folks. The score after 2 periods of play, Professional Women's Hockey League. We've got one more coming up. Boston with the only goal. They lead it 2-1. 3, 6, 9 lulls. So the shots would be 4 for Minnesota, 5 for Boston. Minnesota had 2 others. They only had 6 shots on net. They did take 2 penalties. Boston 5 and 7 would be 12. Scoring chances, Boston, that is all. So 0-2. So not really what it's like in that final game that we saw in Boston that did go 5 games in the best of 5. And we're going to the third period. So it's all on the line here. From the face-off, Minnesota-Boston, Game 5, Professional Women's Hockey League. Face-off is going to go to 6, which is the visitor. Minnesota picks it up. They got their big gun line out, and we're looking for a zoom. We're looking at player number 2, player number 4, and trait number 5, which is smart. Sophie Jacques does not have it, so it's going to be a Minnesota turnover. Puck is going over to the other side, and here comes Boston. Boston brings it out. It's a 6, so player number 1. Player number 5, we're looking for 6, which is the star quality. Neither player has it, so it will be a Boston turnover going over the other side. Here comes Minnesota right back out. And we have a 7, which is going to be a lull, so we'll check off 3 minutes. And we'll have a face-off at center ice. 2-1 Boston, Game 5. We have another lull of the Professional Women's Hockey League. They don't have nicknames. From the draw, number 10, high face-off's going to pick it up. Lexley Ajiza is a 50. Liz Shepherds is a 50. We'll give it to the home team. And here comes Boston. Their face-offs are the same because they had an identical record. Use the same formula for face-offs since they weren't readily available. Number 9, we're looking for momentum. Flaherty has a hit, and we have 2 hits over here for Boston. So Boston will keep the puck, and they have momentum. They bring it right back out, and we're going to get a lull. So they're going to lose. You lose their momentum when there's a lull. 3 more minutes checked off in this hockey game. From the draw, number 8, home picks it up. We're at the 10-minute mark. We're halfway through the third. 2-1 Boston. Again, they're going to pick up momentum. They have more hits. Boston's got the puck. They bring it out. Number 8, we're looking for power. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Minnesota. That's some big girls out on the ice, and that will be a Boston turnover. Both teams are going to do a line skip. Puck goes over to Minnesota. They got their top line of Heisey, Zumwinkle, and Cole Schofield. Now, in the series, Sava played with these two girls. I had him there for the first period, but her scissors kind of hurts. Sava was outstanding. I thought her and Frankel were the MVPs of their teams that game, even though Tyler Heisey is a fantastic hockey player. We have a 10. Do they have a square? Yes, they do. They're going to lose it over. So Minnesota loses a big offensive chance. We got a 5. We got a possible penalty. Minnesota wants it to be on Boston. It's a 4. So it's D3 is the penalty. Taylor Heisey, 0.5. Susanna Tapany, 0.5. It will be on Heisey. Another Minnesota penalty. This at 12-minute mark of the third period. It is the third power play opportunity for Boston, and there has not been any for there's not been any for Minnesota. We're gonna keep the lines here. We're gonna use their double shift to keep that line out. Minnesota's not. Here we go from the draw, number 10. High face-off wins it. We got a 51 against a 54. So Boston picks up the puck, and another possible penalty coming up. 4 is going to be a D3 looking to get the penalty. So Kelly Panic is a 0. And this time, Susanna Tapany is going to the penalty box. So Tapany of Boston is getting 2 minutes. That will kill the power play. And we'll rotate, and we will rotate here. So Kunin will sit this one out. And here we're going to go, I think we're going to sit out Lauren Gable. We've got a face-off after the penalty. We've got 1 minute left in the Heisey penalty, and then it'll be a power play situation for Boston. From the face-off, number 10. High face-off wins it. She's a 50 and a 51. So Boston picks up the puck 4-on-4. It is going to be an 8. So it's an ice blast. We're looking for stars. There are none here and there's none here. So it will be a Boston turnover and will be a line skip. Heisey comes back on the ice. A line skip for Minnesota. And we're going to have to go here. Susanna Tapany still in the box. Minnesota has the puck. They're on the power play. It's a 5. We got another possible penalty coming up. Minnesota losing their big chance. They're not getting much puck luck here. 6, it is going to be on D5. So possible penalty on Abby Cook. So it'll be 5 against the 1. They'll always add up to 6. She's a 0.5. Schofield is a 0.5, so the penalty is going to be on Abby Cook. So Tapany will come out of the penalty box. Abby Cook of Boston is getting 2 minutes, and so Minnesota is going to get another chance. They've used up their line skips and their double shifts. Boston is going to use their they're going to use their line skip. And who are we going to put out here? I think maybe we'll sit Hillary Knight. Hillary Knight's a big girl, not a great skater, powerful skater, just didn't look like she had a lot of speed in the game. All right, from the face-off, it is going to be Minnesota on the power play, 5-on-4, 15 minutes in. It's 2-1 Boston. Big chance here from the face-off, number 7. High face-off player. We have a 51 and a 54. So it's 1 here. Do they have 2 dots? No, they don't. They just have the 1. So it's not going to be a lull. Here comes Boston. It's an 8. A nice blast. We're looking for speed. Minnesota has 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5. They have a quick team. They've only have 3. So it'll be a Boston turnover. Again, we're going to have to go over to, it's unfortunate that they don't have their big gun line on. It's going to be this one for the last minute of the power play. A 9, whatever team has the most amount of triangles, they don't have any. So I think that is just going to be a turnover. If no players, then yeah, it is going to be a Minnesota turnover. And they're going to have to put this fourth line out because they did not. They've used up all the line skips. So Abby Cook comes out and puck goes over to the other side. Boston has the puck. They lose their momentum because they didn't score. We're at 18 minutes. We got a 6. So it's going to be player number 5 against player number 1. And we're looking for the hit quality. Abby Cook does not have it. So it will be a Boston turnover. We got to change the lines. And yeah, we got to change the lines. We're going to pull the goalie from Minnesota. We're going to bring out, who are we going to bring out? I think we're going to bring out Kelly Panic. So Kelly Panic is going to come out. She's going to play for Hensley. And they're going to pull their goalie. So it's 2-1 Boston. Minnesota has the puck. Last play of the game. It's a 5. It's a turnover. No line change. No time advance. So puck is going to go over to Boston. And we get a 7. It is going to be an empty net goal for Boston. That is how this thing is going to end. We'll see who scores it for them. Number 6, we're going to go to the shooter finder. It's going to be the highest. And let's see how many assists there are. 6 will be the highest. So the highest shooter out on the ice was, looks like it was between Taylor Gerard and Sophie Shirley. Oh, and Megan Keller. So we're going to use the decider die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Megan Keller is going to put in the open net. And the assist is going to go to the highest. Scissors, Marvin and DiGirolamo. I think Gigi Marlin's 40 years old. Let's give it to her. She's came back to playing that hockey game. So Megan Keller for Boston is going to get the empty net goal. And that is going to give the game to Boston. That is not how it turned out in real life. Gigi Marvin, we're going to give the assist to. And the goal was at 1942. Let's just total up our stats and see how this finishes, folks. So Boston with the only goal, the empty netter, 3-1. Lulls, we have 3, 6, 9 lulls. So the shots would be 5-4 in that third period. And we never got any shots. So it would be 5-4. That's rare. No in-range shots. Minnesota only had 1 for the game. Boston would have 4 shots on goal. Minnesota 21 and 16, 27 shots for Boston. On the power plays, what do we have? We have 18 and 12 would be 30. Divided by 5 is 6. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So Minnesota finishes 0 for 5 on the power play. Boston finishes 1 for 6. Nicole Hensley, she had 4 in-range shots. They scored 3, so she was 1 for 4. And Erin Franklin was 0 for 1 on hers. So that's how this one is going to end, folks. First star, I think we're going to give it to Keller. Had 2 points. So we're going to give Megan Keller the first star of the hockey game. Big defensive effort. Second star, we're going to give it to Elena Mueller. She also had 2 points in this hockey game. And Hillary Knight. No, we're going to give it to Taylor Heisey. Taylor Heisey will be the third star for Minnesota. So Keller from Boston, Mueller. Actually, maybe we'll give a second star to Hillary Knight. She scored. She was a big force in the real game, too. So that is it, folks. That is the Women's Professional Hockey League. And final score, the final game, Boston 3 and Minnesota 1.